This is the Synergy City 2, and I want to say a very special thank you to Vintage Iron Cycle Works. They're down in the Market Square in Victoria. Now, these guys have been amazing to me. They fix things. They don't just retail awesome e-bikes like this. They also sell the Synergy scooters. They do rad power bikes, but what they're really handy for is repairing things. So even if you don't carry or don't ride one of their brands, they'll still attempt repairs. So if you're in the Victoria area, they're my go-to guys. But anywho, coming back, the City 2 comes in two colors. There's sort of a pink coral looking color as well, but we went with the robin's egg blue, and I think it's delightful. It's one of those urban city style, more erect posture type e-bikes. So what I'm going to do right now, I've got the awesome Eric behind the camera. We're going to go a ride around Victoria. I'm going to share with you what I like and what I don't like about the City 2 by Synergy. Let me talk about the specifications. So at the back, it's got a lovely 500-watt motor. It's got an 8-gear Shimano gear set. So if you do get on the hills, you can get up and down those hills. Also, something I really like as well, it does have a little throttle here, a little thumb throttle, which is super handy when you come out to a stop sign, or if you're on a slight incline and you just want to get going and your pedaling is not going so great. It really helps you out so much. So it does have the power there as well. It's on 26 by 2 and I think 2¼ inch tires. Really comfortable. It's got something kind of unique. I haven't seen this before in the style. It's got a little monoshock at the front. Now, as I've been riding around, I've had no problems whatsoever. It's actually really comfortable. That coupled with the seat, it's really a comfortable seat. There's no rear shock, which I don't think it really needs for a city bike. You know, like for the bumps I've hit, it's been absolutely delightful. It does have a 15 amp hour, 48 volt battery in the middle here, which gives us plenty of range for city riding. And I think that's what this is for. This is going to be ideal for somebody who wants to do sort of city urban style riding. You're trying to get on some light trails. You want to maybe do some commuting. I think this is going to be absolutely lovely. So far, I'm absolutely loving it. So I'm going to check out, maybe do some brake tests, do some acceleration tests, and then we'll come back and we'll figure out what we like and what we don't like about the City 2. I'm also going to invite Eric to try it out as well, because I think I'd like to hear his thoughts as well. But it also does have these really nice hydraulic brakes, which again, that's just that extra little bit. You know, it's more expensive to hydraulic brakes, but if you have to stop, oh, the extra chopping power is really worth it. Cut. So Eric, I've given you like about 2 minutes of riding around on this e-bike, the City 2 by Synergy. What are your thoughts? What did you think?
Well, yeah, in 2 minutes, I've actually already formed an opinion. And for me, a lot of what I like about or dislike about bikes comes down to the electronics. And this one actually really surprised me in a very good way, in that I would just label it completely smooth. Number one, it's got a torque sensor, which I always love over a cadence sensor, but there are also good and bad torque sensors, and this one is phenomenal. So many manufacturers don't pay attention to the acceleration when you're pedaling or when you're using the throttle, and there's so often you'll get a bike that just goes from 0 to fast immediately. Others have a nice, gradual, but not laggy. Sometimes you get impatient with it, so you can't be too slow off the mark, but it also can't be super jerky. And this one fits a nice, perfect balance. Really enjoyed that. It's really comfortable. As I said, I only had a couple of minutes, but I thought it was an extremely smooth ride.
Well, I think the important thing now is that we go and eat. And there's this lovely restaurant here. It's called the Flying Otter, right beside the Victoria Harbour Air. So I think we're going to go sit right there and have lunch. How's that sound?
Well, I'm hungry, so good.
Perfect, thank you. Alrighty, what do I like and what don't I like about the City 2 from Synergy? Well, let me share with you just the two small things I don't like in and amongst a very hectic and very busy downtown Victoria on this glorious day. The only two things I think would be that the battery itself, even though the design of the tube is flat where the battery goes against, I'm not a huge fan of this style. I always like to see the batteries sort of inside the tubing or just hidden away, but that's just me. If you don't mind that, the power is a 500-watt motor. It's decent. It's not hugely amazingly powerful, but it's okay. But other than that, everything else is fantastic. I love the fact that it comes with front and rear racks. I love that it comes with proper metal mud guards, especially in a city like this where it rains a lot in the wintertime. It can be, this is gonna keep away some of the spray. It's got an adjustable adjustable stem here, which is really handy. And this swept back design of the handlebars itself, I love that. It just means that my elbows are sort of tucked in more. It's a little bit more comfortable. It's a more natural position when your hand's like this rather than like that. Seat's really comfortable. That shock was actually quite comfortable. And this is something I really like, and I wasn't sure, and that has to do with the actual tires. They're 26 inches, 2¼ inch tires, and there's very little rolling resistance with them. So it means as I'm riding around, I'm just gliding everywhere. I'm so used to great big fat tires, but these are actually really quite comfortable. It's got a really quite robust kickstand, and it's not too heavy. I'm not exactly sure how heavy it is, but I'm gonna guess it's probably around 60, 65 pounds. I'll put the weight right up here. But if you're looking for a city commuter, something that's a little bit lightweight, plenty of power and range for getting around the city, and it's got all the amenities, those hydraulic brakes, it's got the extras on it. This might just be for you. So from this big guy, 2 thumbs up.
Big guy approved.
Typically in Canada, yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, and also smart.
Yeah.
Well, it's how I got to this age.
Yeah, exactly.
Stay that way. Thank you.
Take care.